Hey, everybody. Today we're going to talk about something super important, and that is forgiveness and letting go. And in order to effectively do that, there are 4 steps to that process. Now, why is that important? Listen, life happens to all of us. There's going to be times where somebody's hurt you, somebody's wronged you. Life just kicked your ass in the moment. Now, if we don't truly release and let go of that, it is always going to have a hold on us. Every time we think about that memory, that person, that instant, it's going to bring a lower emotion to our present state. That thing, that person is always going to have power over you. It's so fucking easy to hold a grudge. But at the same time, it's so much work to hold on to it. There's a better way. And when you learn these 4 steps and truly do it, when the moment is healed, when it's not healed, you remember it and it brings a negative emotion to your present. When you heal it and you look back on it, that emotion is gone. And that is so important. So, what are the 4 steps? Step 1, acceptance. It happened. There's no changing it. You have to accept that it happened in order to move forward. Step 2, shifting the perception and learning the lesson. There's a purpose to all those bad times in life. What were the lessons that you learned from those experiences? If you're saying there was no lesson, go back and dig deeper. What were the lessons you should have learned? And then shifting the perception. When bad stuff happens to us, so often we look at it with blinders on and only focus on the negative. Let's expand it out a little bit. Who were you forced to become because of that? How did you learn? How did you grow? After you healed, did you become a better version of yourself because of that horrible experience? That's a critical part to learn the lesson and shift the perception. The next part is the hardest. Step 3, forgiveness. First towards yourself, and next towards the other person. And in some cases, you have to forgive somebody that doesn't deserve your forgiveness. Now remember, you are not forgiving them for them. You are forgiving them for you. I am constantly being tested by this. I have somebody in my life that I am attached to. If I told you the stories of the things that they did to me in my past, I would have every right to hate their guts. I don't. In fact, I accept that this person is going to be around. I choose not to hate them. I choose to support them and hope that they can overcome and be better on their own. Why do I do that? Because if I focus on the negative and focus on the anger that they cause in me, it makes me fucking angry. And now it ruins my fucking day because that anger is inside of me. Not only is it inside of me, now I am more likely to project that onto other people who are not deserving of it. Every time I go through the process and forgive, something else happens where I have to do it all over again. And that's okay. Is it ideal? No. But this solution is far better than holding on to it. And the last step, once you go through acceptance, learning the lesson / shifting your perception, forgiveness, the final step is to release and let go. And how do you know has this worked? When it's unhealed, thinking about it is going to bring a negative emotion to your present. When you've truly healed and release it and you think about it again, it's going to be emotionless. It'll be neutral. That's how you know for sure if you've truly moved on from something. There's a Hawaiian poem that you can do to help work this out in your head, and it's called, I'm going to fuck up the name, Ho'oponopono. And it's a Hawaiian poem, and it's framed like this: I'm sorry. For what? Please forgive me. For what? Thank you. Shifting the perception and forming gratitude around it. I love you. When you have something that you need to work through and figure out how to release it, try doing that poem. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. Write the letter to yourself or to the other person. Write it, keep it to yourself, burn it, and get rid of it. The important thing is to release it because you do not want to continue to have these things hold power over you. It's hard in the beginning, but it can be done. So let me ask you this. What are the things that you're still holding on to? How do those serve you? When you think about those moments, what does it do for your emotional state? And remember, I had a whole video on emotions. Those are the rulers of your world. Whatever your primary emotional states are is a magnet, and that's what you'll continue to attract into your universe. So when you can tear down those walls and move forward from your past, it opens the door for a more powerful and bright and optimistic future. It can be done. And for those of you that are still holding grudges, you're not doing yourself any favors. And why are you choosing to give some instance, some person, some memory power over you that they don't even know they have? But the fact that the thoughts are still coming up and it's evoking a negative emotion of you should be a sign to tell you this needs to be healed. And when you cure it, then you can start moving forward. Simple enough, right? Are you willing to do it? Is holding on to that negative memory still serving you? Just ask yourself this question when you think about what emotion does it bring out of you? If it's negative, it needs to fuck off. Release it. Free yourself from it. Tear down all the walls you've built up over time. And your path forward will come a lot easier. That I promise you. This is one of the big components of my program. In fact, we do something in the program that's incredibly personal and vulnerable. And we do something where we tap into the person's subconscious and we pull out a core wound or memory that they've been carrying around with them for decades. But in this moment, we heal this core wound on the spot. And when we are able to do this, the rest of those start to fall like dominoes. It becomes easy. So you have to identify all the things that you are still holding on to, all those wounds that need healing, all those walls that you have put up over time that need to be crumbled down. It starts with one. And when you're able to do that with one, the rest of them come easy. So what are you still holding on to? And if you need some help reframing it, learning the lesson, shifting the perception, I'm here. Reach out to me. Put your trust in me for a free hour session, and I can guarantee you're going to be better off than where you were 1 hour before. That's all we got for today. Well, have yourself a beautiful day.